Hi everyone, I am Farah Manjoo, a female and kids empowerment coach, and I am the founder of Baraka Coaching and Empowerment, based in South Africa on the North Coast. And I am passionate about inspiring, motivating, and empowering women and children to become the best versions of themselves. I help women to uncover what lies beneath themselves and what makes them unique to shine bright. I help women and children build self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-love. So I'm going to speak to you on a very important topic for women today, since it is part of Women's Month. And we are in August, and this whole vibe and hype about women empowerment. So I am going to discuss with you how a woman can feel more empowered and be empowered to become the best version of herself. So because a woman plays so many roles in her life, she has to fill very big shoes and take on a lot in her day, and her lifestyle is obviously filled with a whole lot of things to do, that life can be a bit challenging and overwhelming for us women. And we are natural givers and servers, and we nurture people around us that we don't realize how depleted we feel at the end of the day. So it is important to uphold those promises that you have made to yourself, for you to prioritize what is important to you, for you to fill your cup and give yourself what you need, to take absolutely good care of yourself so that you can give off the best of yourself to those around you and those that you care about. So an empowered woman knows what is good for her. She knows where to draw the line, where to set those personal boundaries with herself, and where to set those boundaries, those clear boundaries with others, so that she does not take on too much on herself and burden her load. So when there's too much on our plate, we feel overwhelmed. We are unable to be productive and achieve our goals and tasks in our lives. And the things that we set ourselves to achieve, we are not successful at that because we are not prioritizing ourselves and making ourselves important. So we need to work on our holistic well-being as a woman, our mental health, our emotional health, our psychological well-being, and our spiritual health. So there are different levels and areas in our lives that we need to give equal attention to, so that we have balance and equilibrium in our lives, and that we do not feel, overworked and burnt out at the end of the day. So this journey to become the best version of yourself does not need to be a painful one. It can be an easy and effortless process if we have the right tools and we have the daily operation and we have a plan on how we are going to get there. So once we are able to set these clear boundaries, we stop ourselves from betraying ourselves and not keeping up to our promises that we have made to prioritize what is important. And there are three ways in which we sabotage ourselves and we are not true to ourselves, where there's a whole lot of self-doubt within us. And secondly is when we judge ourselves for not being good enough, and when we have the belief that we're not enough because we're always comparing. So on these three levels, we sabotage our successes, we sabotage our potential and our productivity levels. And because we are such nurturing beings, we put everyone else before us, and we are not giving ourselves what we need at the end of the day. So we are expected to do so many things for different people, but we need to step up and take responsibility for how we are operating in our lives. And those habits and those things that we are doing or not doing, we need to reevaluate how we are operating and take a step back, introspect, and see what needs to be changed so that you can live the best life, the life filled with of ease and grace. So in order to make, changes in your life, you need to take massive self-responsibility to, assess and introspect and evaluate what you want to change. So we need to serve others from a full cup. And if there's something in your life that is toxic for you, that is not helping you to grow and to prosper and to flourish, you need to make that decision that you have to remove those things and those habits from your life and those behaviors. And our mind and body is connected. So the first tip that I'm going to give you, the first step is to work on your mind, on your mental well-being. So we need to have positive thoughts. We need to feed our minds with positive thinking in the form of positive affirmations, in the form of journaling, in the form of, writing little notes, writing on your mirror, small transformational statements or sentences that help to pick you up in your day. So we have to be motivating and empowering ourselves on a daily basis to feel self-empowered. And it all starts with the mind, what we feed it on a daily basis, our self-talk, how we speak to ourselves. This has an impact on our holistic well-being. So in order to be a well-rounded woman, you need to have all the different levels of your life fulfilled. So we spoke about the mental health, and part of mental health also has to do with taking a mental break from your work. So overloading yourself with too much to do in a short space of time and putting yourself under pressure will result in burnout, and you are not going to achieve your highest performance and your highest outcomes. So it's important to practice mindful exercises where you have deep breathing, you're doing brain gym, you're doing meditation, any kind of mindful exercises that will help you to de-stress your mind, to declutter your mind. So the next tip I'm going to give you is to work on your emotional health and well-being. This is so important as women because we are emotional beings. And when we have an overload of emotions, we tend to get emotionally blocked. And we can easily run away from our emotions by masking it with feel-good quick fixes like comfort eating. And we just, immerse ourselves in our work, in our busyness, and, going out, socializing, and we're not addressing our feelings. We run away from our feelings because it gets messy when you have to deal with anger or strong emotions like sadness and pain, and we don't want to feel that. So we run away from our feelings, but we're not addressing the issues, and the issues are still there. So it's so important to face what is going on inside you, to look within and to heal your emotions, to work through them, to unpack them, to get some help, to get emotional support if you're unable to work through your emotions on your own, because our emotions is what drives our behaviors. And if we are not we are not happy with how our lifestyles are going, with the choices that we are making, with our behaviors, it's because we haven't addressed all the emotional attachments that we have, the emotional hurt and pain that we're still carrying. So letting go of your emotional traumas, your negative and toxic emotions will free you, to move forward in your life, feeling light, more ease and flow, and having positive resources supporting you in making better decisions and in feeling more positive and more energetic. So the next tip that I want to give you is to feed your soul. and do the things that really help you to connect to yourself, to your soul self. So a lot of us operate from our minds and our egos, and we are driven to succeed and be the best and compete. But our soul just wants happiness and joy and wants peace. So when we connect to our soul self and the essence of who we are, we do spiritual practices that bring us closer to our spiritual selves. So across cultures, there's so many different spiritual practices like prayer, chanting, reading scriptures, and there's different types, connecting to nature, grounding. And there's so many different spiritual practices that appeal to different people. So find your spiritual practice, your ritual that you want to do morning and evening, and do that diligently to start your day on a positive note, and having more trust and faith in yourself, in a higher power to guide you, and knowing that life, the universe has your back, that you're not alone. So having that spiritual health being fulfilled, and having spiritual intelligence and carry you through and help you push through the difficult and challenging times in your life, and also give you hope that that negative and challenging times is just a phase and you will get through it. And the next tip that I'd like to give you is paying attention to your physical well-being. Because a lot of us, we driven, we motivated to do things, we determined to meet deadlines, and we can, over prioritize our work demands, where we miss meals, we're not sleeping on time, we sleep too late, we're not eating correctly, we're not drinking on time, drinking enough water, hydrating. So we're not taking care of what our body needs to feel well, to feel full. And when the body feels heavy and stressed and not having enough food and having all this fast foods, it's not going to serve you, it's not going to give you the best performance, and it's not really going to be your best friend. You're going to be tired all the time, and your body's going to give up on you. So if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to be making those decisions that are going to fulfill your physical well-being, and that will, magically transform you into this big, bright, energetic bubble of light. So what you are what you eat. So the choice of foods that you need to make is so important. And resting when you need to rest. Just put that brakes on that roller coaster ride that you're on, that hamster wheel. Just stop and just relax, take some breaks. So I've been taking my own advice lately, and I've been taking breaks from my work because I love what I do, and I get so immersed in writing and creating stuff, and doing lots of things behind the scenes that nobody sees, all my prep work. And sometimes time just goes and it's 11, it's 12 o'clock and I'm not in bed. And that is real oppression to the body. So, just honoring and nurturing yourself and respecting your personal boundaries by setting very clear times that you're going to go to bed and stop working, times that you're going to just have a break and go have a proper lunch, and have your bottles of water full, drinking on time. Because the comfort eating and the fast, the quick fixes, every time you have an ache and pain, you pop a tablet, that's just temporary. You're not really taking good care of your physical well-being. So exercising is so important for your holistic well-being. And when I went back to my exercise program, I had so much of energy. Just taking that 45 minutes to an hour really gave me a lot of productivity, and I was so energetic and I was so motivated to do things. So how you take care of your body is how your body will take care of you, and give you a lot of energy throughout the day to do everything that you really want to do. And being the best version of yourself means that you know when to stop, when when to keep on going, and you know your limits and what you're prepared to do, what you're not prepared to do, and just setting those boundaries, setting those non-negotiables, those promises that you make to yourself, whether it is something that you are working on, your personal goals, whether it's a fitness, whether it's a mental health, whether it's your spiritual well-being, whatever you need to work on to balance you and keep you in harmony so that you can give off the best of yourself to your family, to your work. You need to be working on those aspects that are gone off balance. So you are not thrown off and, thrown off the tracks where you don't know whether you're coming or going. And I know that place is not an easy place to be in, but just know that you have support, that there is so many people out there that feel exactly the way you do. And there is a formula by just taking a step back and reassess and just see which area of your life do you need to change in. What changes are you going to make, and what are those action steps that you're going to be following from today onwards? What changes are you making? Just contemplate about that. And be sure to like this video, to comment and share. And I'd love to hear more from you, and please do follow me on social media, Farah Manjoo, Morocco,